Welcome to Sleep with Sports. Please do not operate vehicles or heavy machinery of any kind while listening. The sounds in this video are to help calm and relax your mind and help encourage restful sleep. Please enjoy and rest well.
On November 16th at UFC309 in the hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden, two titans of mixed martial arts prepare to collide in a clash that will echo through the annals of combat sports history. On one side stands Jon "Bones" Jones, the prodigious talent whose dominance has rewritten the record books. A man who conquered the light heavyweight division with ruthless efficiency before ascending to claim heavyweight gold. His angular frame and freakish reach have dismantled all who dared step into his path. Across the octagon looms Stipe Miocic, the blue-collar hero who rose from the fire stations of Ohio to become the most accomplished heavyweight champion the UFC has ever known. A man whose thunderous hands and indomitable will have toppled giants and etched his name in legend. Though time and inactivity may have dulled his edge, the heart of a champion still beats within his chest. These two warriors, separated by years but united in greatness, now find themselves on a collision course. Jones, seeking to cement his legacy as the undisputed GOAT. Miocic, determined to reclaim his throne and prove that the fire of a champion never truly goes out. Their paths have led them to this moment, where legacies hang in the balance. As the lights dim and the crowd roars, the stage is set for an epic confrontation between two of the greatest to ever do it. Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, a battle not just for heavyweight supremacy, but for immortality itself. Jon Jones's journey in the UFC has been marked by incredible highs and controversial lows, showcasing both his undeniable talent and his struggles outside the octagon. Jones burst onto the UFC scene in 2008 at just 21 years old. His creative fighting style and athleticism quickly set him apart from his peers. On March 19, 2011, UFC 128. At the age of 23, Jones achieved a historic milestone by defeating Mauricio "Shogun" Rua to become the youngest champion in UFC history. The light heavyweight title fight between Jon Jones and Mauricio "Shogun" Rua was a defining moment in MMA history that showcased Jones' exceptional talent and marked the beginning of his dominant championship reign. From the opening bell, Jones demonstrated his superior athleticism and creativity, launching a flying knee that immediately put Rua on the defensive. Throughout the fight, Jones utilized his significant reach advantage and diverse striking arsenal to keep Rua at bay, mixing in powerful kicks, knees, and punches that consistently found their mark. Jones' grappling prowess was equally impressive, as he effortlessly took Rua down multiple times and controlled him on the ground, delivering punishing ground and pound that gradually sapped the champion's energy and will. Rua, known for his resilience and dangerous striking, found himself overwhelmed by Jones's relentless pressure and struggled to mount any significant offense. As the fight progressed into the third round, Jones' dominance became even more apparent, with Rua visibly fatigued and increasingly unable to defend against the challenger's onslaught. The end came at 2:37 of the third round, when Jones landed a devastating knee to Rua's body, followed by a series of strikes that sent the champion crumpling to the canvas. The referee stepped in to halt the contest, and Jon Jones was crowned the new UFC light heavyweight champion, becoming the youngest champion in UFC history at just 23 years old. This performance not only secured Jones the title, but also served as a statement to the entire division, heralding the arrival of a generational talent who would go on to dominate the light heavyweight ranks for years to come. Jon "Bones" Jones stands as a towering figure in the world of mixed martial arts, his legacy built on a foundation of unparalleled dominance and record-breaking achievements. With an astounding professional unbeaten record of 28 wins, Jones has carved his name into UFC history as one of the most formidable fighters to ever grace the octagon. Jones's journey to greatness began in 2011 when, at the tender age of 23, he became the youngest UFC champion in history. This victory marked the beginning of a reign of terror in the 205-pound division, where Jones would go on to defend his title a record-breaking 11 times, leaving a trail of legendary opponents in his wake. His list of conquests reads like a who's who of MMA royalty, including names such as Daniel Cormier, Alexander Gustafsson, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida, and Quinton Rampage Jackson. What sets Jones apart is not just his impressive record, but the manner in which he achieves his victories. A true mixed martial artist, Jones combines creative striking, powerful wrestling, and a dangerous submission game with an almost supernatural ability to adapt his strategy mid-fight. His physical gifts, including an extraordinary reach advantage that he maintains even in the heavyweight division, are wielded with a fight IQ that many consider unmatched in the sport. Despite his in-ring success, Jones has faced numerous legal issues throughout his career. In April 2015, he was involved in a hit-and-run incident in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he struck a car driven by a pregnant woman. This incident led to Jones being stripped of his UFC light heavyweight title and suspended from competition. Jones has had multiple run-ins with law enforcement, including arrests for DWI, drag racing citations, and allegations of assault. These incidents have repeatedly derailed his career and tarnished his reputation. Jones' career has been further complicated by multiple failed drug tests. In July 2016, just days before a scheduled title fight at UFC 200, Jones was flagged for a potential doping violation. This led to his removal from the main event, causing significant disruption to one of the UFC's landmark cards. In 2017, following a victory over Daniel Cormier at UFC 214, Jones once again tested positive for a banned substance. The result was overturned to a no contest, and Jones was stripped of the title he had just reclaimed. Despite these setbacks, Jones has managed to return to the top of the sport. In March 2023, he captured the UFC heavyweight title by defeating Cyril Gane. However, controversy continues to follow him. In July 2024, Jones faced misdemeanor charges for allegedly threatening a drug testing agent. The case was closed recently. Jones agreed to complete 4 hours of anger management classes and follow all laws for 90 days in exchange for the charges being dismissed. Jones's transition to the heavyweight division in 2023 only served to reinforce his greatness. This performance not only silenced doubters who questioned whether Jones's skills would translate to the heavier weight class, but also set the stage for his upcoming clash with Miocic. As UFC 309 approaches, the betting odds heavily favor Jones, with some sportsbooks listing him as high as a -700 favorite. This represents a significant shift from the opening odds, and reflects the public's confidence in Jones' ability to overcome even a legendary opponent like Miocic. The fact that Miocic, despite his own incredible achievements, hasn't competed since March 2021 only adds to the perception of Jones as the likely victor. However, in the unpredictable world of mixed martial arts, where fortunes can change in the blink of an eye, nothing is certain until the final bell rings. While Jon Jones' incredible record and recent performances make him the clear favorite, the octagon has a way of humbling even the greatest of champions. Stipe's journey from humble beginnings to UFC heavyweight greatness is a testament to his work ethic, determination, and unwavering commitment to both his fighting career and his role as a first responder. Born on August 19, 1982, in Euclid, Ohio, Stipe is the son of Croatian immigrants Kathy and Bojan. His father hails from Rtina, while his mother is from Cetingrad, Croatia. Miocic's parents separated when he was young, and he continued to live with his mother, initially with his grandparents, and later with his stepfather and younger half-brother Jonathan. From an early age, Miocic's mother encouraged his involvement in sports. This early support laid the foundation for his future athletic pursuits and instilled in him a strong work ethic that would serve him well throughout his life. During his time at Eastlake North High School, Stipe excelled in multiple sports, including baseball, football, and wrestling. His athletic prowess continued into his college years, where he received interest from Major League Baseball teams while attending Cleveland State University and Trevecca Nazarene University. At Trevecca, Miocic majored in communication studies and was a standout baseball player. In his senior year, he hit .344 with 7 home runs, helping the Trojans win the 2005 Trans-South Athletic Conference regular season and tournament titles. He also played Division II baseball at Coker College during his junior year. Miocic's path to mixed martial arts began in 2005 when he was brought in as a training partner to wrestle with Dan Bobish at Strong Style MMA Training Center in Independence, Ohio. Initially focusing on various sports, he returned to train at the center after completing his paramedic education at Cuyahoga Community College. His natural talent quickly became apparent. Although he initially trained in mixed martial arts, Miocic soon shifted his focus to boxing. His coach, Marcus Marinelli, recalled that even with only a few months of training, Miocic was outperforming boxers with much more experience. Miocic's combat sports career took off rapidly. He achieved a 5-0 amateur MMA record, with all 5 wins coming by first-round stoppage. He then ventured into amateur boxing, winning the Cleveland Golden Gloves and advancing to the national quarterfinals before losing a decision to future world title contender Bryant Jennings. After only 8 months of training, leveraging his background as a Cleveland Golden Gloves boxing champion and NCAA Division I wrestler at Cleveland State, he began his professional MMA career. He won his first 6 fights by knockout, quickly establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division. Miocic's impressive performances caught the eye of UFC scouts, leading to his signing with the promotion in 2011. His rise through the ranks was steady and impressive, culminating in his first UFC heavyweight championship victory in 2016 when he defeated Fabricio Verdum. Throughout his UFC career, Miocic has set numerous records. He holds the record for most wins in heavyweight title fights and the longest title defense streak in the heavyweight division, with 3 consecutive defenses. He's also earned the most Fight Night bonus awards in UFC heavyweight history, with 9 to his name. Perhaps what sets Miocic apart from many other professional athletes is his commitment to his career as a firefighter and paramedic. He began working as a firefighter 9 years before it became clear he could make a real run in MMA. Even after achieving fame and fortune in the cage, Miocic has continued his work as a first responder. As of 2022, Miocic transitioned to full-time firefighter and paramedic work in Oakwood and Valley View, Ohio. When asked why he maintains this career alongside his fighting, Miocic has stated that he needs something to fall back on after his fighting career ends, and more importantly, that he loves helping people. As of November 2024, Stipe Miocic is preparing for a highly anticipated heavyweight title fight against John Jones at UFC 309. Despite being 42 years old and having been out of action for 3 years, Miocic remains confident in his abilities. He reports feeling faster, stronger, and more well-rounded than ever before. Throughout his career, Miocic has balanced the demands of being a top-tier UFC fighter with his commitment to serving his community as a firefighter. This unique combination of roles has endeared him to fans, and earned him respect both inside and outside the octagon. As he prepares for what could be the defining fight of his career, Miocic continues to embody the spirit of a true working-class hero in the world of mixed martial arts. Stipe Miocic, a titan of the UFC's heavyweight division, enters his bout against Jon Jones with a storied career that has cemented his place among the greatest heavyweights in MMA history. With a professional record of 20 wins and 4 losses, including an impressive 15 victories by knockout or TKO, Miocic's resume reads like a highlight reel of heavyweight dominance. His accomplishments include 2 reigns as UFC heavyweight champion, a record-setting 3 consecutive title defenses, and victories over a murderer's row of heavyweight talent, including Daniel Cormier, Francis Ngannou, Junior Dos Santos, and Fabricio Werdum. Despite these accolades, Miocic finds himself in the unfamiliar position of a significant underdog against Jon Jones, with current betting odds listing him as high as a plus 500 underdog. This underdog status stems from a confluence of factors that cast a shadow over Miocic's chances. Chief among these is his extended period of inactivity, having not stepped into the octagon since his knockout loss to Francis Ngannou in March 2021. A layoff of over 3 years that raises questions about potential ring rust and diminished reflexes. At 42 years old, Miocic is also battling against Father Time, with concerns about age-related decline in a sport that is unforgiving to its elder statesmen. The manner of Miocic's last defeat, a devastating second-round knockout, adds another layer of uncertainty, as the long-term effects of such a loss on his durability and confidence remain to be seen. Furthermore, the stylistic matchup against Jones presents unique challenges that Miocic has not encountered in his previous fights. Jones's creative striking, wrestling prowess, and significant reach advantage create a puzzle that even a fighter of Miocic's caliber may struggle to solve. However, it would be foolish to completely discount Miocic's chances. His boxing skills honed through years of training and competition remain sharp and dangerous. His wrestling background and excellent takedown defense could potentially neutralize Jones's grappling threats. Moreover, Miocic's experience in 5-round championship fights and his proven ability to adapt mid-fight provide pathways to victory that shouldn't be overlooked. Yet, the shadow of Jon Jones looms large over this matchup. Jones's unblemished record, his successful transition to heavyweight, and his reputation as the greatest fighter in MMA history all contribute to the perception of Miocic as a decided underdog. The dramatic shift in betting odds since the fight's announcement reflects both the public's and experts' confidence in Jones's ability to overcome even a legendary opponent like Miocic. In the end, while Stipe Miocic's underdog status is understandable given the context, his track record of defying expectations and overcoming challenges means that counting him out entirely would be a mistake. As he prepares to face Jon Jones, Miocic carries with him the heart of a champion and the experience of a warrior who has consistently proven his mettle against the best in the world. Whether this will be enough to overcome the odds remains one of the most intriguing questions leading into this historic heavyweight clash. The highly anticipated heavyweight clash between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic at UFC 309 has captured the imagination of MMA fans worldwide, pitting 2 of the greatest fighters in UFC history against each other. However, this matchup has not been without controversy, particularly regarding the state of the heavyweight division and the emergence of other contenders. The discourse surrounding this fight has been complicated by the rise of Tom Aspinall, a dynamic young heavyweight who has been making waves in the division. Aspinall's impressive performances have led many fans and pundits to question whether he, rather than Miocic, should be challenging for the title. The UFC has attempted to address this by naming Aspinall as the backup fighter for UFC 309. This decision has added an intriguing layer to the event, with speculation about what might happen if either Jones or Miocic were to withdraw. Aspinall has solidified his position at the top of the heavyweight division with a series of dominant victories, including his first-round knockout win over Sergey Pavlovich to claim the interim title in November 2023, and his subsequent title defense against Curtis Blades in July 2024, which he won via knockout just 1 minute into the first round. His record in the UFC is particularly noteworthy, with 6 of his 8 wins coming by way of first-round finish, demonstrating his ability to end fights quickly and decisively. Aspinall's average fight time of just 2 minutes and 2 seconds, the shortest in UFC history, further underscores his efficiency and lethality in the octagon. Additionally, his youth and relative freshness compared to the main event competitors. Tom Aspinall's designation as the backup fighter for UFC 309 has sparked a complex and multifaceted response from the MMA community, reflecting both admiration for his skills and skepticism about the likelihood of his involvement in the event. The general public's opinion is characterized by a recognition of Aspinall's impressive qualifications, including his recent dominant performances and status as interim heavyweight champion, juxtaposed against a prevailing doubt that he would actually be called upon to compete if either Jon Jones or Miocic were to withdraw from the main event. This skepticism is fueled by the perception that neither Jones nor Miocic would be willing to face such a dangerous opponent on short notice, a view echoed by respected figures in the sport like Daniel Cormier. Aspinall's rapid ascent in the heavyweight division, marked by a series of swift and decisive victories over top-tier opponents, has garnered him considerable support and excitement among fans who see him as a breath of fresh air in a division that has, at times, seemed stagnant. His willingness to step in as a backup and his vocal campaigning for a title shot have been largely well received, with many fans appreciating his ambition and competitive spirit. The possibility of Aspinall stepping in has also ignited discussions about potential stylistic matchups against Jones or Miocic, with fans and analysts alike intrigued by the challenges these fights would present. Yet, there's an underlying current of uncertainty about the future of the heavyweight division, particularly given speculation about the potential retirement of either Jones or Miocic after their bout. This uncertainty extends to Aspinall's future prospects for challenging for the undisputed title, with many viewing his backup role as more of a strategic move by the UFC to have a contingency plan rather than a genuine opportunity for him to compete at UFC 309. The upcoming clash between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic at UFC 309 carries profound implications for the heavyweight division, extending far beyond the immediate outcome of the fight itself. Firstly, this bout represents a critical juncture in the careers of both legendary fighters, as they approach the twilight of their time in the octagon. The result of this contest will undoubtedly have a significant impact on their respective legacies, potentially serving as a career-defining moment, or even a swan song for one or both competitors. Secondly, the matchup has sparked concerns about a potential logjam in the division, with rising stars like Tom Aspinall eagerly awaiting their opportunity to challenge for the title. There are fears that this fight between two veterans might further delay the progression of younger, hungry contenders who are eager to make their mark on the heavyweight landscape. Lastly, the outcome of this fight will shape the future trajectory of the heavyweight championship. Should Jones emerge victorious, questions will inevitably arise regarding his willingness to defend the title against the division's up-and-coming talents, particularly given his selective approach to matchmaking in recent years. Conversely, a win for Miocic could signal a changing of the guard in the heavyweight division, potentially opening the door for a new era of championship contenders to step into the spotlight. The dramatic shift in betting odds reflects the public's perception of this fight. Jones's dominant performance against Cyril Gane in his heavyweight debut, coupled with Miocic's long layoff, has led many to view this as a mismatch despite Miocic's stellar resume. As of the most recent data, some sportsbooks have Jones as high as a -700 favorite, with Miocic at +500. This represents a significant shift from the opening odds and suggests that bettors are heavily favoring Jones. The Jones versus Miocic fight represents a dream matchup between two of the greatest fighters in UFC history. It's not without controversy. The presence of Tom Aspinall as a backup fighter and the questions surrounding the future of the heavyweight division add layers of intrigue to an already compelling event. John Bones Jones, the prodigy turned predator, whose reign of terror left the light heavyweight division in ruins. A man whose very presence in the cage strikes fear into the hearts of warriors. Now, he stands atop the heavyweight mountain, hungry for more. Across from him, Stipe Miocic, the blue-collar hero who clawed his way to greatness. A fireman by day, a destroyer of champions by night. The most dominant heavyweight in UFC history, now seeking to reclaim his throne. But in the shadows lurks Tom Aspinall, the young lion whose roar grows louder with each passing day. His presence a reminder that in this game, the next generation is always nipping at your heels. As the odds shift like desert sands, the world watches and waits. Will Jones cement his legacy as the greatest of all time? Can Miocic turn back the clock and prove that the fire of a champion never truly dies? Or will fate intervene, thrusting Aspinall into the spotlight? In this world of sweat and leather, where dreams are made and shattered in the blink of an eye, only one thing is certain. When that cage door closes, when those lights dim, when that bell rings, history will be written in blood and bone. UFC309, November 16th,